Do you ever feel like technology has a mind of its own? Well, in today's episode, Steve and I share our tech mishaps and how, with persistence and teamwork, we have turned frustration into success. We all face obstacles, whether it's tech glitches or life challenges. Join us as we laugh, reflect, and learn how overcoming resistance with a deep breath and a little help from friends can turn the struggles into victories.
Good morning and welcome to On Leadership and Life, questions and conversations with Poli and Steve. And hey, whenever you're ready, we're on.
Yes, so I'm going to give you the context. Whoever is listening, watching us can try to picture
Okay,
the
great.
image. Two situations that happened this week. First situation, I'm putting together the training for exchange members with technology using a Stream Deck. I don't know everything. There's knowledge, there's wisdom in the room. I will just share what I have learned from using a Stream Deck. But yes, let's organize a meeting for us to be together. I made a Google form because I want to know where everybody is, and I post it on our community. And what happens to the form? I started getting lots of people saying, it's not working, I cannot have access, it's not working. I was like, woo, take a deep breath. What is going on? Try again. Second time didn't work. But I love that in English we have the expression, right? Third time is a charm. Thank you. So yes, third time. I did even better. I actually connected the form to my website, and then I shared the website link, which then it worked. Yes, so good. So tech was like a tech 3, poly 2, but at the end we were tied.
Yeah.
Second tech issue this week was with the Stream Deck, trying to have my wavelength, which is gonna allow me to do the sound through the computer and through the Stream Deck. If people were asking, what is a Stream Deck? This is a Stream Deck. This is this little guy here that helps us make transitions and cut the sound and change cameras. So I was working with another software that works in parallel. Try one time, try the second time, uninstall, install, uninstall, install again. That was not the third time, but I think after 1 month actually, and then the third time on this week, it worked. So I was like, yeah, success is not just the success, but it's persistence, and it's taking lots of deep breaths in between. So you can get to something to work. I'm still working on the tech. But my question actually, I would just like to know, because I was laughing at myself with all these things that technology was doing to me. At the end of the day, I managed it, but just laughing. When was a time that technology nailed you, got the best out of you? And what happened? How did you react to it? I'll give
Well,
you
let
that's
me
easy. Can you
reflect on
think of
that,
it?
because maybe if I start with some context, I view myself as a technology user, but the pioneers get the arrows and the settlers get the land, which is an old Western. As the United States moved west, there was, hostiles in that territory. The people themselves weren't hostile. We were just taking over the territory. So you can go back in history, and rightfully so, upset about that. But anyway, the people that went there first had to deal with the arrows and the quivers and the hostility, and the people that went in after that was calmed down got the land. So I'm more of a settler than a pioneer when it comes to tech. And I can use an Excel spreadsheet, but at the basic level, I don't do macros and that. So that's kind of the background. So that was just to center myself. And the question is, when is tech presented maybe a problem that I was able to overcome? Is that the essence of the question?
Yeah, but you can go even to the first part of the question, which is like tech is always doing like tech 10, Steve 3. And how do you manage to get a tie there?
Yeah, well, be willing to call for help. And
Okay.
we have a perfect example here. So, as you and I are both part of the exchange community, and a big part of that is with the way the world changed after 2020, this technology through Zoom or some other platform has brought people together. You would think the fear was it'd bring people apart, but actually more of us can connect more often, more frequently. Well, getting that set up was a challenge, between wanting to do it right. So invested in a camera switcher, uh, got that working well, got a device that I run my microphone through that is like a soundboard, so you can really dial in the sound of the mic on the other end. So ran that through, was able to get through both of those. But then I have what you have. Yours is out of the box and hooked up. Mine is still in the box.
There you go.
The only
I
progress,
can already do these with mine. Like woohoo,
well, yeah.
woohoo.
The only
Plus
progress I've
softwares.
made is I do have the instruction manual out of the box, but the typing is so small, I have to find this online. So you use the word persistence. You need persistence to
So
overcome your
yeah,
resistance.
yeah,
And
because success
so
is like
even
trying
buying this
again.
Stream Deck has been on my mind for 3 months, but I never did it. And I just did. And what compelled me to do that is Polly was kind enough to put together, there's probably a dozen of us that are at the same space as I am. And the power of unlocking the wisdom in a room of 12 people to get these things to work is powerful. So now I have it. I'm looking forward to the class we're having next Monday. And right now I'm at zero on that thing. I don't know how many attempts it took me to do to get the camera switcher and the microphone and music or the audio boxes set up right. I'm very happy with how they're set up and sounding. Um, but it's for me, there's generally some resistance, and I need help with that. And I'm very fine. That's not getting stuff like that set up is not in my unique abilities. Using it once it's set up, I think I have some aptitude for that. But the boxes, your desire zone, the stuff you're both good at and proficient at, that tech and setting that stuff up is not in that box for me. But I'm delighted that there's people like you that whether it may not be in your box either, but you've got the persistence to figure it out. So I'm just going to latch onto your coattails and use your persistence to help overcome my resistance. So how's that?
That's perfect. That's perfect. And it's like teamwork,
Yes.
basically. That's
Yep.
okay. I'm taking the lead in this one. Like,
Yeah.
let me watch some videos. Let me try and error, and try one more time and
Yeah.
see what
Yeah.
happens. Laugh when it does not work, because I'm not gonna smash anything. I'm not the kind of person who does that. But take deep breaths. We teach that. We talk about
Yes.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
We
Pause,
talked
notice,
about
and
that
choose.
pause. Exactly. Pause, notice, and choose. And so it's like I pause, I choose to just walk away for a little while and then come back and try again because it takes time. It's not just like that to
Yeah,
understand and
well,
make things work.
without your persistence, my pause, notice, and choose would have been pause, notice, and my choose would have been to defer and delay.
Just
And
like
this
put
thing,
it, go to the
and
shelf.
this thing would probably still be on the store shelf.
There you go. There you
Might
go.
not, might not even be at my residence. So progress, make progress every day.
I
Never
like that.
underestimate the power of consistent incremental improvement.
There you go. Yes. Because that's so interesting thinking of it and thinking how many people usually uh, react when something doesn't go right in life.
Mhm.
or with technology, or with relationship, or with business. Business is a relationship.
Yeah.
Like if
Yeah.
things are not going out, what do you do to just like throw things into the air, or have a team to support you, which is makes a super difference, but be willing to do that also.
Yeah. It's interesting. What this points to is the reminder that success leaves clues, and there are no rules that say you cannot find someone that's already successful at what you want to do and build a relationship or read what they're writing and model what they do. There's nothing that says I have to take the same path as Thomas Edison to put a light bulb in my house. Success leaves clues. People have already figured out, more often than not, someone's already figured out what you're trying to do. And that openness and receptiveness to seeking help is maybe an underpinning of our message today.
That's so true. That's so true. And it's like when you say that, it makes me think it's not just about the ones who are so far, far away, out of reach. We can have our idols in this way, but sometimes it's just somebody who is right in front of you. Like bring it closer to life, so it makes it easier to follow the journey, take one step
Mhm.
in front of the other. It is
Yeah,
interesting
when
to
when you
have
think
this
when
thought.
you think back on it, how do you feel when you've helped someone? I think it's in us to want to help people, and we feel good when we're helping others. We need to remember that when we're on the ask side of that equation as well.
It's not
I mean,
just about giving, it's also, yeah.
yeah. And I think I've just described me in a nutshell, because what I do is I acquire, apply, and transfer knowledge and skills. And my joy, both personally and professionally, has always been learning, figuring out if it works or not for me, and then sharing it with others. And that's my joy, is helping people with the stuff I've that fascinated me, that I did that. And so
I
you
hear
give
you.
me a willing student that's interested in something, and I want to support them every way I can.
I like the word you just used. Give me a willing student. So once again, we go back to the part of we hope the other is open to also, or there is a need with the other in what we are going to exchange and teach or something. Yeah, that makes a difference.
And giving that person a choice too. And it took me a long time to realize that you know I'm an accountant by training. I'm trying to outgrow it, but I remember sharing some technical information with some young staff, and I could tell, probably 5 years into my career, I could tell if they had the aptitude for the profession or not. Because if they had no desire yeah, the literature itself is boring, but figure out how to use that literature to help a client was a lot of fun. And it took me a while to say, you know what? If I'm here to help, but if they're not interested in what I'm teaching, then I'm not going to do it for them without them
You know,
stepping up to the plate. So I think there's a point in there somewhere. Maybe you can tell me what you just heard, because I was trying to make a
that
point.
there is a point. There is a point because what you were
Okay.
saying, I can take back from my teaching experience of languages. What I
Hmm.
usually tell people, whoever I'm having a conversation with, a prospect, or to be a student, a client, it's like I can open the door to you, but the one who's crossing the door for the learning and the practice is you.
Yeah.
And I can be on your side, pointing ways, not just one way, but pointing ways. But the one who's picking what path to go is you. Because
Yeah,
it
that's
nowadays,
perfect. Yeah,
when I
that's
think
great.
of, isn't
Go
it?
ahead.
Go ahead.
Finish your thought.
I was just thinking, like, there's no magic pill for any kind of learning. There isn't. It's like you have to be in your shoes, willing and choosing to walk and practice, because you are the only one who can do that for yourself. You have support, you have guidance. And that happens to us. What do we do with the information we exchange here? Just put in there, or do we practice also? Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
definitely
interesting.
need to.
That's profound. Whoa, woo,
Yeah.
philosophy
Well,
here.
and it goes, it's actually not our wisdom, it's ancient wisdom. Zen koans, Zen proverbs, probably several other indigenous people or others have, the teacher opens the door, but you must enter by yourself. And the other one of that is when the student is ready, the teacher will appear.
Yeah,
And
true.
so that's, you and I are talking about this probably thousands of years after those words were shared in ancient communities, but the wisdom lives on.
But it's always good to have that reminder in the current days,
Mhm.
listening about it from different people. And then what do you take from it?
Yeah.
What do you bring
Yeah.
to life?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, what a great thing, persistence. It's persistence and progress. Um, and part of that is preparation too. Relentless preparation leads to reflexive performance. So we have to prepare. And that's part of the persistence. Are we preparing ourselves? Am I preparing myself
to
to
do
do
that.
something with this thing tomorrow?
Stream that,
And I,
guys. You should give us.
yeah, and I am. I'm going to watch. You and I together found a couple videos on this, and I'm kind of a visual learner, so I'm not just going to open the box. I'm going to watch those. And what a great world we live in. All the knowledge that's being shared and transferred. Um, Certainly, you have to have some discernment to make sure it's good knowledge and information being transferred. But what an amazing world.
It is, and it's on us how to choose how to use it.
Yeah,
The choice is always there, and it's always ours.
yeah.
You were saying this about watching videos and this and that. When I was looking for videos for the software, the person had just posted a video. I saw it one day after the person posted for one of the softwares I installed in the computer. I followed all the steps and was like, I'm so grateful. And I wrote a note on YouTube. It was the first
Oh,
note for that
nice.
one. Yeah, to because it was like, you opened the door for me, so now my stream life is gonna be much easier. And it was so nice to have like the feedback from the creator of the video saying, I'm glad that the time that it took me to put this video together helped at least one person, and thank you for
What
sharing with me this aspect. And I was just like, yes, you did it good. The guy who created the video
Yeah,
was like, yay, good.
what a great way to land this plane, Polly. We've talked about persistence, we've talked about overcoming things, we've talked about the student being ready, but what a great way to land the plane with a reminder that when the success leaves clues and you know where the clue came from, to express gratitude.
Yes.
Or one of the first books on leadership I read, Dale Carnegie, is I forget the title of the book. I just know it's Dale Carnegie. Be hearty in your approbation and lavish in your praise.
Say that one more
And that's
time,
be hearty
please.
in your approbation. That's your appreciation, and lavish in your praise. So thank yous. In the simple terms, Polly said it better than me. Just say thank you. If success leaves clues and someone helped you, and how did you make that person feel? How did you make that person feel? And Polly, how did you feel when they acknowledged an appreciation for your thank you?
Yeah,
All
it
my
was
life's a
like
circle.
the heart was just like pumping
Yep,
in a good way.
yep.
Yes.
All my life's a circle, sunrise and sundown.
I love to hear these things.
Yeah,
You nail them.
yeah. So
Awesome.
let's share our gratitude for the people that have chosen to share a little time with us this morning. And drop a comment in the chat. Brevity is kindness. So we do encourage you so that we can filter through and more people will have a chance to talk. 1 or 2 sentences capturing the essence of what came up for you, what do you want to remember. And it's been an absolute delight to be here with you, Polly.
It's wonderful to be here with you. Thank you so
Yeah.
much, Steve, for the time and for the
Okay.
conversation and for all the curiosity that comes from our conversations. That's great. Thank you.
It's
Thank you, everybody
delightful.
here.
Well, this has been On Leadership and Life, questions and
Polly.
conversations with
Polly
and Steve. And make
There
it
we
a great
go.
day. And make it a
Yeah.
great day.
Whoa, what a great discussion today. We took a journey from tech challenges to success, showing how persistence, patience, and teamwork can really turn any obstacle into a win. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss future episodes. And we'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment, share your takeaways, or ask us a question. Don't keep this conversation to yourself. Share the episode with someone who needs to hear it. And as always, thanks for listening to Questions and Conversations on Leadership and Life.